So we know he's not willing to come off the bench in OKC, but now he says he's open to the idea with the Rockets. But Stephen A., do you actually believe him?
No, I don't believe him. And I don't believe him for several reasons. Number one, the biggest reason. Who was a guest on this show a few weeks ago, week one?
LaLa.
I think that was, well, we know her as the wonderful actress Lakeisha on one of my favorite shows, Power, on the Stars Network. But she's also known as LaLa Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the wife of Carmelo Anthony. I mean, if anybody would know, it would be her. And if y'all don't remember what she said, unsolicited, I might add, did I ask her, Max, about Melo coming off the bench? No.
Yep.
She sat up there and she said, she chimed in on her own and said, he don't need to be coming off no bench.
That's what she said.
Well, what she says matters. Let me just leave it at that. What she says matters. That's number one. Number two, you lost Trevor Ariza. Got $15 million from Phoenix. You lost Luke Mbah-a-Moute, thank the good Lord, because, listen, you will miss him defensively, but offensively, he will not be missed. Okay? Who you starting? I had Carmelo Anthony. Who is it? Tariq Black? Yeah. Who's that? Michael Carter Williams? I mean, who's starting ahead of Melo? You got CP3, you got James Harden, you got Clint Capella, PJ Tucker, because you need him in that lineup because he's underrated. He's a damn good defensive player. He's an excellent player. He's underrated. And oh, by the way, we'll have a job in this business someday in the future. Let me tell you something right now. I've interviewed him a couple of times. This brother is made to be a television analyst. Mark my words. So what are you going to do? You got Clint Capella on your front line with PJ Tucker. So having a guy like Melo to take, to pick up some of the offensive load is something that's going to be a plus. And last but not least, the chemistry that he has, no matter how tight, we always talk about the banana boat crew and D Wade and LeBron with Chris Paul and let me tell you something. Melo and CP3 are incredibly tight. If anybody could get Melo to come off the bench, it would be him. The problem is Eric Gordon, who did start 30 games for you last year and actually put up bigger, loftier numbers when he started, but was exceptional off the bench, giving you 18 points a game, was runner-up for Sixth Man of the Year to Lou Williams. The bottom line is Eric Gordon can play, and more importantly, coming off the bench doesn't compromise him in any way in terms of what he brings to you. It might compromise Melo, and as a result, that's why you also put Melo in that starting lineup.
I totally disagree. First of all, it's not about who starts. What do they always say? It's about who finishes. Melo can come off the bench and still finish games, right? The question is, do you believe that he'd be all right?
Right.
My answer is yes.
Do you believe Melo believes that?
Yes. My answer is yes, because I think Carmelo Anthony, sometimes you could tell the way a guy is delivering the words, whether he's internalized the message or not. Carmelo Anthony wants to win a championship. He realizes that LeBron's won championships, that Dwayne Wade's won championships. I'm sure he views himself as that caliber player, and he doesn't have any, and it's being held against him. Now, if you look at the way the Rockets are constructed, Chris Paul and James Harden play a lot of minutes together. But the great idea there is you never have to be without an elite point guard on the floor. Meaning Carmelo Anthony, and he didn't say, yes, I want to come off the bench. He said, I want to be used in the best way that helps the team, and everyone should be thinking that on this team. And he's right. Carmelo Anthony in a second unit is the focal point of the offense. If he's on the floor with James Harden and Chris Paul, maybe you really don't get as much out of Carmelo as you might otherwise get. I love the idea as Carmelo as the focal point of a second unit offense. I love the idea of Carmelo finishing games. There's going to be plenty of overlap where he plays with Harden and Chris Paul, and both he does not need to start. And the real question is, does he believe the words he is saying, the way he delivered that? I think the answer is yes.
You're making a basketball argument. I'm making a Carmelo argument. And he could be telling the truth. I've known Carmelo for 15 years. I don't believe him, period. I don't believe that he feels that way. I believe that Carmelo Anthony is going to say the right things. I think that Carmelo Anthony, classy dude, don't want to cause any drama. If ever there was a name that was applicable to an individual perfectly, it's Carmelo Melo. Because that's who he is.
Why is he not
He don't want no drama. He don't want any noise. He don't want all of that stuff. But he want to start. And I'm telling you something right now, because he doesn't.
But he hasn't been on a team like this, I feel like, that really has a shot. I mean, I guess you could say OKC.
Well, you can say that, but OKC was supposed to be that with him, Paul George, and Russell Westbrook last year. It was supposed to
Why
be that.
Why are you doing that to this man?
It was supposed to be that. And I'm telling you right now, Carmelo Anthony does not. But Carmelo Anthony ain't the type of dude that believes there's 20 dudes in the league better than him. There's no way he believes that.
Why are you doing this to that man right now?
Do what to him?
You see him sitting up there. He's not saying, yeah, I'm dying to come off the bench. I'm sure he views himself as a starter, of course. What he's saying is, look, we got this group of guys. We are trying to win a championship. What Coach says about how we go about doing this, that's what we all got to try to do, and I'm one of those guys.
Do whatever it takes.
Let me answer.
Just let this man tell the truth.
Real quick, we got to get to LeBron.
This is First Take. You asked me a damn question. I'm going to give you an answer. This is my job. I don't tell Carmelo Anthony don't shoot jump shots. Don't tell me don't answer a question. That's my job, number one. And number two, I'm not saying that might not end up being the decision. What I'm trying to say to you, and you mark this words down right here, if Carmelo Anthony ends up coming off the bench, there's going to be a problem in Houston. You could book it.